ओम श्री हरिम परमानंदम उपदेष्टारमीश्वरम व्यापकं सर्वलोकानां कारणं तं नमाम्यहम्. On the last Wednesday, because we were meeting after a big gap, we revised entire discourse from shloka 1 to 40 and then went ahead with 41, 42 and 43. And we saw that 41, these are turning points. So today we go back to 41 and start again. So 41 says, इति आत्मदेह भागेन प्रपंचस्यैव सत्यता यथोक्ता तर्कशास्त्रेण तथा किम पुरुषार्थता. Iti means up to 40. Atmadeha bhagena means Atman is shown to be different than body. And in this way, the reality of the prapancha, the realism of the manifold world has been told by all the philosophies depending upon human reason. What is to be gained from there? What is the gain? By dividing Atman and body. That is the question asked. Akshepalike, that is the question, then an objection is raised. And then 42, iti atmadeha bhedena dehatmatvam nivaritam idanim deha bhedasya hi asatvam sfutamuchyate. So in this way, we are feeling today that body is the Atman. That is the fact of experience. And so, to remove this from our consciousness, this difference was being shown. Now, what we will show clearly is that this body, different bodies, and body different from Atman, all this will be shown to be unreal. Bodies will be shown to be unreal. The different bodies will be shown to be unreal. This is the great difference between Nyaya, Sankhya, and all with Vedanta. That Yoga Shastra, which we read, Sankhya, all they say Atman is real, many Purushas are real, and Prakriti also is real. We are different from Prakriti. Now, here the purpose is different. What is called Prakriti by those people is called as Maya by these people, and that is God's Maya. Ishvara Binda Ishvara Shakti. So, what appears is unreal. It appears only, it is not real. So first, it is shown that Atman is not the body. When this is shown, then we will show that body is not real. In this way it is proceeding. The difference with Sankhya is that body will be shown to be unreal. Now, something more will also be shown. Chaitanyasya ekarupatvat भेदो युक्तो न कर्हिचित् जीवत्वं च मृषा ज्ञेयं रज्जौ सर्पग्रहो यथा. Chaitanya is only one without a second. No difference is possible in the Chaitanya. So again here, Sankhya Yoga thing, we are all different Purushas. That is impossible. Chaitanya has no dimensions. Chaitanya has no parts. Chaitanya is infinite. So in Chaitanya, there cannot be any difference. So what is false then? Our Jivatva is false. Our Jivatva is only our feeling that we are consciousness, but somehow associated with this body and mind. And your body and mind, you have a consciousness. He, she, it has everybody has consciousness. That is wrong. One consciousness, you may say, maybe appearing to be associated with all the bodies. That is what Gita had told us in the 13th chapter. Bhagavan is telling that I am only the Kshatrajna in all the Kshatras. So consciousness is only one without a second. Therefore, different jivas existence is not possible. So jivatva is unreal. Example, Rajau Sarpa Graho Yatha, as unreal as the snake appears on the rope, but the snake has no existence whatsoever on the rope. Now, very important statement is coming now. Previously, in a shloka, you had told the upadana of the whole world is Brahman only. So you understand? Not only world is unreal, world is Brahman in appearance, nothing else. So that point will come now. After telling the world as it appears to us is unreal, we as jivas are unreal, then what is real? Rajju adnyanat kshane naiva yadvad rajjurhi sarpini bhati tadvat chiti sakshat vishwakarena kevalam. Another important thing is being told, when we do not know the real nature of the rope, in that instance, immediately he says, kshane naiva. That very rope appears as snake. This is the great discussion in the philosophers. What is the cause of serpent appearing on the rope? And every philosophy tries to find some cause. But the only cause is that we do not know the real nature of the rope. Because we do not know the rope, so we are feeling whatever comes. So that is what is being told here. The moment we do not see the rope, we see rope as the snake. Not that. He does not say when you do not see the rope, we see the snake. When we are not aware of the real nature that it is a rope, then that very rope appears as snake. Next moment. Similarly, this is the example. Similarly, Chiti. Chiti is consciousness. Not that a person who is conscious. No, consciousness is Chiti. Sakshat directly appears as the whole world. Important point, many times Vedanta is colored by Sankhya or Buddhism. We say the world is illusion, delusion. No, world is unreal. But what appears as the world is Brahman. It is not some shaitan or some devil is coming to appear as the world. And world is not hanging in the air. Why so disturbance is coming?
শুনছি
First, please find out some disturbance.
সারা পৃথিবীতে হচ্ছে নিউ ইয়র্ক থেকে সারা পৃথিবীতেই লেকচারটা হচ্ছে।
Some people are talking. Anyway, I will proceed. So, the only cause is that we are not seeing the real nature of the rope. And the word and Brahman itself is appearing as this world. Sakshat Sakshat Kevalachiti. Syntax is same vibhakti you have to take. Sakshat Kevalachiti Vishwakarena Bhati. Bhati has to be added in both places. Directly the consciousness, which is one without a second, appears as this world, as this universe of varieties. So, what points you are getting? World as such, as it appears to us, is unreal. We are jivas is unreal. World in its real nature is nothing but Brahman. And because we are not seeing Brahman, we are seeing the Brahman as this world. No other thing, no illusion, no delusion, no hallucination. That very Brahman, because we are not aware of the real nature, immediately the Brahman appears as this world. And he refers to the shloka, Upadanam prapanchasya brahmano nyanna vidyate tasmat sarva prapanchoyam brahmaivastina chetarat. Again and again, remember here, if Rajesh is there, that I am different from body is only the beginning. We should understand the body is unreal. My jivatva is unreal. And I should also understand what is called the immanence is as important as the transcendence. I should understand that it is Brahman which is appearing in this world. So, we should see Brahman, not the world, but we should see that it is Brahman today appearing as the world. Upadanam prapanchasya, the material cause of the world, is not different from Brahman. There is no material cause of this world other than Brahman. Some people foolishly think God is like a potter, Prakriti is like clay, and from that clay, God the potter makes this world. That is only the what we call the gross mind. Here, Shankar is telling clearly God does not require another material. God is not a potter. God is creator of this world means God himself appears as this world. So Upadana is nothing but God himself, Brahman himself. So Sarva Prapanchoyam, Prapancha means manifold. The entire manifold universe is only Brahman, nothing else. Prapanchoyam Brahmaiva asti, na cha itarat. The whole appearance of this manifold world is nothing but Brahman. So we had discussed when we talked of Shankaracharya, the difference of emphasis. But this is what Sri Ramakrishna has been telling us. That real nature is Brahman, all right. But does something else appear as this world? It is Brahman itself, nothing else. Shankaracharya emphasizes that the whole there is no material cause of the world other than Brahman. Therefore, whole world is nothing but Brahman, nothing else but Brahman. व्याप्य व्यापकता मिथ्या सर्वम आत्मेति शासनात् इति ज्ञाते परे तत्वे भेदस्य अवसरः कुतः. Sometimes we feel that Brahman pervades this world. It is only a preliminary feeling. Brahman pervades this world. What is the meaning? Brahman alone is this world. So he says, Vyapya Vyapakata also is mithya. Don't make two separate, Brahman and the world. And then Brahman pervades the world. So remember, these are only lemmas in a theorem, part of the statements to make us understand further. So Brahman is all pervading. It is also a relative statement. There has to be some all by which Brahman will pervade. But Brahman itself is all. So there is question of something pervading something. How? Sarvam Atma iti shasanat. We have repeatedly said the name of Brahman is Atman. Shasanat means the Upanishads have told us that everything is this very Atman. Sarvam khalu idam Brahma. Sarvam Atma. Atma eva idam sarvam. So, Atma eva idam sarvam. Purusha eva idam sarvam. Sarvam khalu idam Brahma. These statements have told us that everything is only Atman. So, it is a question of something pervading something. So, what will happen by this? Iti. Iti means if we assimilate this, what will happen? Jnate pare tatve. Suppose we know, imagine that we know the real nature of the reality. Pare tatve, the reality which is beyond all. Suppose we know Vedasya avasara kuta. Then how can we find the difference in anything? Difference between jivas, difference between bodies, the difference between a jiva and the body. All these are, we can't find once we know the reality. So, as they say, the taste of pudding in the eating. So, what is real and what is unreal can be known. Maharaj class chalche. So, where is the chance, occasion, or any difference anywhere? When the Upanishads had told us Atman is all. So when we realize that Atman is all, there is no occasion for any difference. Shrutya nivaritam nunam nanatvam swamukhena hi katham bhaso bhaved anyaha sthite cha dvaya karane. Shrutya, the Shruti, that is the Upanishads, Swamukhena, by its own mouth, has negated Nivaritam Nunam, really Nanatvam. In the present world, what we see, Shruti says, Neha Nanasti Kinchana. Not think of Brahman. In the world itself, here, there is no difference between a thing and a thing because all is Brahman. So here, the Shruti has directly told us, Na iha nana asti kinchana. Then what you are telling that I am seeing something different? When the cause is Advaita, the effect also will be same. When the cause has no subject-object division, when the cause is one without a second, the effect will be that very one. Sthite cha advaya karane. When the cause of this world has been established as the Advaita reality, then how there can be an appearance of Anya? That means the appearance of Anya is unreal. What is unreal? Anyata is unreal. I am different from somebody is unreal. That there is anything different from other thing is unreal. Doshopi vihita shrutya mrutyor mrutyum sagacchati iya pashyati nanatvam mayaya vanchito naraha. This is also told in the Upanishads, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. One who sees manifold here, one who sees differences here, goes from death to death. They do not say he is born and then dies and born and then dies. They say death to death, again and again. So, this is the dosha. Two ways are telling. One is telling this is truth, this is false. Second is telling if you believe the false, you will be in trouble. In that way, the falsity is told. So, the Upanishads have told the doshas, the defects, demerits in believing the duality by telling that one who sees many here, he goes from death to death. Iya pashyati nanatvam mrutyosya mrutyum gacchati. Why we see many here? Mayaya vanchito naraha. Because man is deluded by Maya. What is Maya? Our present wrong knowledge. Don't bring Maya as another force. Our present wrong knowledge has deluded us. If we know the reality, this will vanish. That is the test. Brahmana sarva bhutani jayante paramatmana tasmat etani brahma iva bhavanti iti avadharayet. Another important thing, Brahman is one without a second. From that we are born. From that the world is born. What does it mean? Can it come out of Brahman? Can the world come out of Brahman? These are our loose notions. When we try to think from the Brahman, world has come out, we think Brahman is there and world has come out. Then Brahman is all pervading. Brahman is everything. So there is no coming out. Appearance of Brahman as the world. So improve your language. Brahman creates the world. First statement. Brahman becomes the world. Better statement. Brahman appears as this world. Is still better statement. Because language cannot describe. But in many ways, he is bringing us to this realization that the world is nothing but Brahman, not as it appears to us, mind you. Not as it appears to us. As it appears to us has been shown to be unreal. After that, this statement comes. So, in Sri Ramakrishna's language, neti neti iti iti. Negation and then illumination. That is the process. Everything else is false. Then Brahman alone is real. Then Brahman appears as this world. This is the full truth statement. So, because we are deluded by our present wrong knowledge, we see many things here. And when we see many things here, we are bound to go from death to death. That is the demerit of wrong knowledge. Next is, everything is born from Brahman, we are reading. Everything is born from Brahman, same as Paramatman. What is Paramatman? Don't distinguish between Jivatman and Paramatman. Sometimes you feel body is Atman, sometimes you feel mind is the Atman. So when we seek the real Atman, we call it Paramatman. Paramatman is not to distinguish it from so-called Jivatman. Paramatman is to tell us really a real nature. Body is not our real nature, mind is not our real nature. What is our real nature? It is called Paramatman. What is our real nature? Brahman. So from that real nature of all beings, which is nothing but Brahman, all the beings are born. Therefore, all these beings are nothing but Brahman. Iti avadharaya. So have this conception, have this firm conviction. I am using both the words for avadharana. Have this conception, have this firm conviction that everything is nothing but Brahman. ब्रह्मैव सर्वनामानि रूपाणि विविधानि च कर्माणि अपि समग्राणि बिभर्ति इति श्रुतिर्जगौ. Shruti, Upanishads. Jagau means has sung. Upanishads have sung that all the names and forms is Brahman. All the different appearance of names and forms is only Brahman. Not only that, whatever we called as karma, actions, name, form, and action. That is the world we see. If a jar is there, it is only clay, but it is a name given jar, it is a form, and then water is filled in it. So we see man, woman, a name, a form, and the work accordingly. So the appearance of this world is described as not only name and form, corresponding action. Now, name and form and the corresponding action are Samagrani. Shruti has sung that it is Brahma only which sustains them, Vibharti. Brahman only sustains all these. That means Brahman is the background, not Vyapya Vyapakata, not Adhara there. Brahman itself takes all these forms, so Brahman sustains it. 2 points. Our present experience is false. Real experience is that all this is nothing but forms of Brahman. Example. Suvarna jayamanasya suvarnatvam cha shashvatam brahmano jayamanasya brahmatvam cha tatha bhavet. Example. Gold is the material cause of all the ornaments. Whatever is born from gold is nothing but gold. Born from gold means it has taken different names, it has taken different forms, and it is used in different ways, name, form, and action. If ornaments are made, if necklace is made, we put in the neck. If a nose ring is made, it is put in the nose. So the use is different, the name is different, the form is different, but it is nothing but gold. Similarly, whatever is born of Brahman is nothing but Brahman only. Immanence is being stated forcefully here. Swalpamapi antaram krutva jivatma paramatmanoho yas santishtati moodhatma bhayam tasya abhibhashitam. Now we create a difference, jivatma and paramatma. And in jivatma and paramatma we feel some difference. Some difference means the Dvaitis feel I am different, God is different. The Vishishta Dvaitis feel I am a part of God, God is the whole. Some difference is maintained here also. So, even some difference, if you make between Jivatma and Paramatma, one who stays like this, Santishtati Moodhatma, he is a fool, he is a deluded man. And for him, what the Upanishad said, bhayam, he has fear. Dvitiya dvai bhayam bhavati. So the difference created itself becomes cause of fear in our life. We are afraid of God also. I am reminded of a different thing here. Once I had told you in some context. Anyway, if I refer to different states, please don't mind. Some people, let us say some people, go to some temples, anywhere in the world you see that. And then they're afraid of God. They punish themselves and etc. etc. They're afraid of God. And there are other people who love God. So those who are afraid of God, why? Because God is different, I am different. Love does not depend upon two people. Love is the expression of identity which already exists. This is the definition of love, not attraction between two people. Love is the expression of identity which already exists, while bhaya is between difference between two people. So if you create even the slightest difference between Jivatma and Paramatma, then Shruti has told us that fear is there for you. Yatra ajnanat bhave dvaitam itaras tatra pashyati atmatvena yada sarvam netaras tatra chanvapi. Because of ajnana, because of wrong knowledge, we feel duality. And then we see somebody different from us. Because of wrong knowledge, we feel duality and then we feel somebody is different from us. If we can see everything is Atman, then there is no other. Now, these are appearance theories. If you want to see the practical of this fact, please read Holy Mother Sarda Devi's life. There was no other in her life, no other. So, because of wrong knowledge, we see duality and then we see somebody other. If we see everybody as Atman, then it does Anuapi. He does not see even the slightest difference between himself and anybody else. That is the man of realization. So truth is proved only by looking at the man of realization. Yasmin sarvani bhutani hi atmatvena vijanata navai tasya bhaven moho na cha shoko advitiyata. This is Ishopanishad. So he's quoting all the Upanishads to bring us this very point that Upanishad tells, Ishopanishad, Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmatvena vijanata atmaiva bhut vijanata. Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmaiva bhut vijanata tatra ko moha kashoka ekatvam anupashyata. That is Ishopanishad. So Shankar says here, Yasmin means in the state of realization or in the nature of Atman. All the bhutas, all the beings are seen only as Atman. Vijanata, one who has experienced the reality, he sees that it is not a theoretical knowledge. One who has experienced the reality, he sees that all the beings are his own self. Such a person, because he sees Advitiyata, instead of Ekatva, he says Advitiyata, because he does not see anybody other, because he does not see any difference. So there is no possibility of shoka or moha. Moha is fascination for a particular thing or delusion. Shoka is the separation felt. Moha or shoka are not possible. No imperfection is possible when one sees that everything is myself. When all the beings have become his self, then no moha or no shoka is possible because he sees everything is non-different. I am Atma hi Brahma iva sarva atmakataya sthitah iti nirdharitam shrutya Brihadaranya Samstaya. Now it takes the name of Brihadaranya Upanishad. And Brihadaranya Shruti has nirdharitam, determined for us that this very Atman is Brahman. This very Atman which we feel as my reality is nothing but the universal reality. So this is a statement of the Brihadaranya Upanishad, I am Atma Brahma. Even in Mandukya Upanishad it is there, I am Atma Brahma. And what is the meaning of Brahma? Sarvatmakataya sthita. My reality is the universal reality which is the reality of all. My reality is the universal reality which is the reality of all. This is what Brihadaranyaka has told us. Brihadaranyaka has determined and told us this thing. अनुभूतो अपि अयम लोको व्यवहार क्षमोपि सन असद्रूपो यथा स्वप्ने उत्तर क्षणबाधता. Now what are the thoughts coming opposition to that, and this Shankar is removing one by one. Statement of the truth has been done with the help of various Upanishadic sentences. Now our experience comes as an obstruction. Our today's experience, which has been told due to false knowledge, comes as an obstruction. Anubhuto api. Though we are experiencing I am loko, this world. Though we are experiencing this world, though we are behaving in this world, vyavahara kshamopisa. We are dealing in this world. We are behaving differently with different people. We are doing all our activities in this world and we are experiencing this world. So this comes as a strong objection, how everybody is one. We are dealing with the people. He says, even then, api, it is unreal. We are living in an unreal world. We are dealing with the unreal world. How to understand this? Yatha swapne. In dream, do we not feel everything real? In dream, do we not deal with different persons? But it is not real. We know after waking up that dream is not real. Apply the same analogy here. Having told that the Shrutis are telling nothing is different, now he is removing the obstructions to it. And the first obstruction is our experience, our behavior. Our experience of this world, our behavior in this world comes as a standing obstruction. How it can be real, we say? I remember, we did go. I remember the statement of somebody. He said, such a big world, only for logical congruity. Shankar denies. This was the statement. The reply is, such a big world in dream also. Do you not deny that? And to deny this world, we do not require Shankaracharya or Ramakrishna or Vivekananda. We have seen all these days very clearly, by analysis we can find that this world is unreal, other than Vedanta. Simply by analysis we can find this world is unreal. So, but because we see, so the obstruction comes. And so, he says, maybe you are experiencing, maybe you are dealing with it, but that will not change the reality of this world. It is unreal. How to understand? Swapne. What is swapna? Uttara kshana badata. The moment you wake up, that swapna is gone. Similarly, in the waking state, if we really wake up in reality, this will be gone. When we are like dreaming, we are living in this world. Suppose we wake up in the reality, that moment this world will be gone. So the dream vanishes next moment, then we understand it is unreal. Apply the same thing to your Jagrati experience. Though you experience, though you deal with it is unreal, because like dream it will vanish next second. Mutual contradiction. This is an important thing in Indian philosophy. The Westerners in general think of only waking state. And the statement is made by revered Nikhilananji in his Mandukya Karika introduction. Partial data will give only partial truth. When we see all data, then only we can get at the truth. What is all data? Experience of waking state, experience of dream state, experience of sleep state. When we compare all this, then we can arrive at the truth, not by judging only the waking state. So he is now comparing. स्वप्नो जागरणे अलीकः स्वप्नेपि जागरो नहि ये द्वयमेव लये नास्ति लयोपि उभयोर्नहि. Three states. In swapna, the jagrati experience becomes unreal. In swapna, the jagrati experience becomes unreal. And the dream experience becomes unreal in the jagrati. And in deep sleep, none of these two exist. In deep sleep, none of the Jagrati or dream exists. Then is sleep real? No. In Jagrati and dream, sleep is not there. So mutual contradiction is showing. Jagrati is not really in dream is not really in Jagrati, both are not really in deep sleep, and deep sleep is not present in Jagrati and Sapna. So the mutual contradiction itself should tell us these are not real appearances for the time being. Just as waking dream is an appearance for the time being, waking is an appearance for the time being. Deep sleep is another appearance for the time being. They are contradicting each other, so none of them is real. त्रयमेवं भवेन् मिथ्या गुणत्रय विनिर्मितम् अस्य द्रष्टा गुणातीतो नित्यो हि एकश्चिदात्मकः. So all these three, Bhaven Mithya, becomes unreal. How they are different? Gunatraya Vinirmitam. They are made by the Trigunas of Maya. Sattva, Rajatama. Don't make fixed that this is Sattva, this is Tama, this is Raja. No. All these three are made by different types of combination of Sattva, Raja and Tama. And so, all these three are Mithya. Another way of telling Mithya is deep sleep. Tamoguna has covered us. Some people say that is Sattva. In waking state, Rajogun prevails. Now we cannot exactly say in dream what prevails. Mixture of Raja and Tama. Sattva appears sometimes in deep sleep because we are peaceful. In waking state, some people are having sattvic. But there is a difference in all these three due to the function of Triguna. That is the statement. So it is unreal. What is real then? Asya drashta. Asya drashta. That means if we can see ourselves in the waking state, if we can objectify our experience of the waking state, then we are drashta. If we can objectify our experience of the dream state, then we are drashta. If we can objectify our experience in the dreamless sleep, then we are drashta. He is beyond three gunas. Brahman is beyond three gunas. There is no Maya in Brahman. There is no three gunas in Brahman. That is the real drashta of all the three states. And it is nitya, permanent, is one without a second, and of the nature of consciousness. Consciousness appears as waking consciousness, I. Consciousness appears as dream consciousness, a different I. Consciousness appears as sleeping consciousness, we do not know what type of I. Consciousness is consciousness. That is the drashta in all the three states. If one can realize this, then he is a jnani. So, all the three states by different combinations of gunas are unreal. The real seer of all these states is only consciousness which is present in all these three states, unaffected in different three states, but unaffected. Will we read some more? We have read enough today. We have gone up to 58. I think enough for the day. Same strain he proceeds in several shlokas to tell us that what we see as the world in reality is nothing but Brahman. The difference we see between ourselves and this world is not real. The difference which we see between ourselves and Brahman is not real. Our jivatva is not real. Our experience of dualism is not real. It does not mean it is an hallucination or delusion. It is Brahman which is appearing as ourselves. It is Brahman which is appearing as this world. Brahman which is appearing as manifold. Really, it is only Brahman. We are dealing with Brahman, we are touching Brahman, we are doing everything with Brahman, but we, due to wrong knowledge, due to delusion, we are thinking we are dealing with different things. That is the thing being shown through Shrutis, through our experience by Shankaracharya up to this shloka 58. Time is there, but a lot of ground we have covered. So I feel we stop here today. And the announcement which I made on Wednesday, I repeat, and that day on the chat section, even that announcement or link also was given that from Monday, this coming Monday 8, every Monday at present, Advaita, on behalf of Advaita Ashram Calcutta, there will be a series. I will be talking about Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga. And I make an appeal to all of you. It is a very important topic. It is a prakarana of Vedanta. And many of us say we are Vivekananda's followers and we are Karma Yogis without having read Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga. So I appeal to you, if you hold the book in hand at that time, either the Karma Yoga book in English or Complete Verse first volume, in that Karma Yoga is there. I will be continuously referring to the pages there. See this page, see this page, see this page, to get a proper perspective of Karma Yoga. So please bring your books, either Karma Yoga book or Complete Verse first volume. I'll be referring to both the pages simultaneously. So that is the announcement. And with this, we meet again on the next Wednesday. Om Shri Harim Paramanandam Upadeshtaramishwaram Vyapakam Sarvalokanam Karanam Tam Namamyam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hare Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.